What? What? No. I told you no. Don't do that. Don't. I will put you outside. I will put you outside. I don't care if you have shoes on. Oh, we're live. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Let's flip over to the game here. There we go. Okay, awesome. So, yeah. Hello, we're live. It's 9:47 p.m. on Saturday. Oh my gosh, that guy came out of nowhere. Ah! Oh my god, he's like zapping all over the place. He's spooky. Anyway, I'm bored. We're gonna play some Star Trek Online because Red Alert is on, and basically it makes them farmable, so you can like farm dilithium and all kinds of goody stuff. So, hold on, let me see. What ship do I have on this character? Oh, this is actually not a terrible ship. Okay, the Victorian. Let me see what do I got here. Oh wow, science consoles are terrible. Okay, well we got the Leech. Okay, engineering consoles look good. Let's see. Yeah, I really need to get some better. Let me see. Shield restoration. Oh, okay. Yeah, we definitely need to get some better science consoles. Okay. Let's see. We got anti-proton. Oh, these beams look great though. Wow, look at that crit DX3 and penetration. Okay. Crystalline energy. Okay, I think I remember what this build is. Okay. Well, we're gonna get to it. Let's jump on in. Let's do whichever one comes up first. Tholian or Borg. What do we got? Oh, we got the thorium. Tholian. Turn isn't so good. It's fine though. Ooh, I got popped hard there. Ooh, I've got 3 ships on me, that's why. Look like we're all separated. Zoom on over here. There we go. Oh god. Oh, that's an assimilated ship. Ooh. That Tholian ship got wrecked. Was it a recluse? Yeah. That Reckless is dead. Let's get some Iconian marks. Oh, I should have exited a sector. Darn. Pasta. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, lots of good stuff going on. We've got Dilithium Week. We've got bonus marks, and we've got Red Alert. So all kinds of good stuff going on right now. That's why I'm playing this, because there's lots of good events right now. Let's see what we got here. Gives me a chance to do some more of this reputation stuff. Which you all don't care about, but that's fine. I care about it. So I'm going to do it. What did I just get? Iconian? Yeah, okay. And we'll hop back in and destroy more stuff here. The only thing I don't like about Red Alerts is they're a little too fast, which is good and bad. Fast, because you can farm these things like crazy. A little too fast because you can't really get into them. Because they're done in like a minute and a half. But I guess if you want to farm marks, I mean, I was farming the other day and I was able to get something like 10,000 dilithium like really, really fast. Which is good. You want to be able to do that. I'm going to need to get some gamma marks. Yep, we're going to need lots and lots of dilithium because we got to upgrade our Xenotech facilities. Okay. Oh, that's already full. What do we got over here? Oh, all this needs dilithium too. I think we want to concentrate on this though. Yeah, we need 615,000. All right, so let's go back to war. Do I want to keep running on this character? I could probably run on another character. Although her anti-proton stuff is pretty good. Her shields suck, but her anti-proton stuff is good. All right, let me see. These are also not cool. Zenkethi. Yeah, not cool and Zenkethi almost never pop. Elachi, I've had it pop once, but the bigger ones are Borg and Tholing because they're so darn fast. Yep, immediately. Yep, Borg, right to play. It's always Borg. Borg and Tholian are the easiest ones to get into because they're so darn fast. Regalis sector. They immediately popped me with a transport. You gonna lock me up now? I actually want to see if I can work on the energy situation here. If we can make this go a little higher than 80. Oh, somebody already died. Okay, this thing's gonna blow up. I'm gonna turn away from it. Yeah, if I could get that to... Oh, it's at 109. Okay, so it maxes 109. That's not terrible. In case you're wondering, the more of this you have, the more weapons power you have, the harder your beam weapons hit. Or your energy weapons. I'm gonna have to reset this. Ooh, look at that, man. Got that Tokyo drift going, man. Oh my god. I mean, I like these particular characters because their weapons are just so darn overpowered. But I also like running my science officers because of the gravity wells and stuff. I can just bring everybody into the center. But that's not my well, that wasn't my gravity well. That's somebody else's. Yep, we're already almost done. We've been in here, what, a minute and a half? Okay, where is it? There it is. Red matter capacitor. Uh-oh, is that coming after me? No, it's not. I got out of there, I was like, I don't want that thing hitting me. Uh-oh. It's going, no! No! Oh my god. Okay, that's close. It was going after Alec, but Alec was coming right at me. You jerk. It's like, no, get away from me. He did that on purpose. Oh, you jerk. Because he was like, if it hits you, it ain't gonna hit me. You jackass. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, she's tall. Look at that. She's very tall. I mean, I'm short, but still, she's like 7 feet tall. Wow. I mean, Andorian women are tall, but still, she's really tall. All right, we're gonna hop right back in. Yeah. It's only on Borg, because they're the only ones. Here we go again with the Borg. The only thing I don't like about the Borg is they constantly eat your shields, like immediately. Like within like 3 seconds of you engaging them, they immediately eat your shields completely. And there's really not a lot you can do about it. Come on, load, man. Let's see if I can put a bomb by her here. Yeah, put a bomb on her butt. Your bomb. Wow, why isn't this one loading? What's going on? Somebody's not hitting ready. Yeah, that happens, unfortunately. When someone takes their sweet time in hitting ready, it just hangs. Come on, man. We ain't got forever. There we go. And there go my shields. As expected. While everybody's popping this one, I'm gonna send some torps over this thing. There we go. Oh, there's only 4 of us here. Oh, wait, hold on. Looks like there was a 5th. Okay. Let's zap that guy out of there. Yeah, there's only 4 of us. Okay, let's go help out Cade. Cade's having some problems over here. He is by himself. Hold on, buddy. I got you. Did you finish those? Oh, he did. Oh, okay. He's fine. I'll go get these. Man, I really need to get some weapons batteries. Yeah, look at that. My weapon energy is just crap right now. I don't have a lot of power transfer, unfortunately. Oh, Ratho Khan got smashed. Damn. Yeah, if I'm gonna... Do I have any? I only have 4. Hold on. Oh, I have weapons batteries. They're just not showing up on my list. Where are you, weapons batteries? Why are you not on here? There you are, all the way at the bottom. Okay, we're putting you there. I'm gonna lock you. We'll put some more. There we go. Now we should be good. See, that's actually what I like to do, what Humpty's doing. He's going after a tactical cube. Those things are actually a little bit more of a challenge. I got you, buddy. I'm coming. Wow, and he's in a raider, too. That's actually pretty ballsy. Tactical cube versus a raider. Raiders aren't very strong. Well, I mean, they don't have big defense. They're great offensively, but he's getting a little banged up here. Oh! Ah, come on! I wanted to finish off that tac cube. Damn it. That sucks. I really wanted to finish off that tac cube. Come on, take me out of battle. Bam, weapons battery. There we go. That's what we want to do. That was much better. Those batteries are amazing. They're just great. There we go. That one took a little bit longer. I think because there was only 4 of us for a little bit. That's fine. Let me see. What marks did we want this time? Oh, we already have gill. Oh, I didn't even realize I had gill marks. Here. That's right. We got those last time. I think I'm running out of money though. Am I out of money? Oh, I'm good. Never mind. Okay, we're fine. Let's go with, let's get some Terran mark. Actually, hold on. Oh, Lucari's already going. Okay, so we'll get, so temporal? Yeah, let's get some temporal marks. Stuff is still blowing up over here. Uh-oh. Do you hear those cats? Oh my god. Ooh, there's a kitty fight outside. Oh my gosh. Right outside my window, there's a cat fight. Holy crap. Oh! Well, am I near Quarks? I am. Okay, good. Yeah, we're gonna go into Quarks real quick because I gotta sell some stuff. Ooh, what are these? Pull on, control, damage. That's actually not terrible. Can't really do much with polarons on this character though. Okay, got a little more money. Hold on, can I buy? Let's see, where's the ship guy? Medical. Hadron. I think it's over here. I mean, I want to go buy some more batteries. Actually, I don't think he has anything. Oh, he has food. Never mind. I want to buy food. Where's the guy that sells the batteries? Let's see. Oh, Starship stuff. Okay, here we go. I think one of these guys. Let's shuttle information. Ship equipment. Here we go. Weapons, consumables. Weapons, batteries. Might as well get 100. I will use them all. Here, let's make sure we got our 20 there. Do I even use this? I don't even really use that, but I mean, what else am I going to put in there? Red matter capacitor, the weapons battery, and oh well. Okay, get right back to it. Let's see if we can get to Tholian here first. I'll actually give Tholian a little head start. Come on. Come on, Tholian, pop. Dang it, it's probably gonna... if I keep waiting, it'll just... Well, we'll put them both. There we go. Again, it's Borg. So much Borg. I wish they had one of these for Undine. Undine are kind of crazy. Okay, he's going... Bergens is going for that one. Let's go to the second one. Oh, I'm gonna hit that plasma torp. Oh, look at you! Nope. Not letting you hold me. Oh wow, somebody went way out there. Uh-oh, Bergens, careful man, you're getting popped there. Did he get a hit again? No, okay. Oh. Did that hit him? It didn't hit him, okay. Somebody's using Polaron. Looks like Polaron. Let's see, we're already at 3 or 4. And I bet Tyla's gonna probably take out that cube. Yeah, it's only at 22%. Oh, they still have other ones. Well, I'm just like, I don't want to engage another group only for it to just not matter. Let's see, where did everybody else go? Okay, they went to the other group over there. There we go. That's how I was like, do I even want to bother zooming on over there? Because this is just going to happen again. There we go. The battery again. What was that? It is a weapon drain. I didn't realize she had this. That's actually really awesome. Because look at my energy levels now. Yeah, brain energy siphon. I didn't realize she had that. I should have. Seeing as how she has the brain set. I'm sorry, I have so many characters I can't remember what each of them actually has on their ships sometimes. Let's see, what else did we need here? Let's do some discovery. I believe that's at the bottom, yeah. I mean, the farming is nice, but again, sometimes you just want to kind of stay in on a map for like a little more than 5 minutes. All right, let's see. Let's get that reputation started. I mean, it kind of makes sense to just keep doing it until I have all the reputations going. I could just wait until I have a huge bulk of marks and just do it then, though. Keep the action rolling. Ugh, more Borg. So much Borg. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Okay, good. I saw them launch that plasma torp. I was like, oh, crap. With no shields, that thing actually hurts. Okay, that thing's dead. Dude, stop why are you targeting him? What is going on? No, target this cube. Thank you. I couldn't target the cube. I actually kind of like this ship. It's a 4-4. Okay, they're taking that cube. I'm gonna go grab this one in the spheres. I'm really popping those weapons batteries now. This is definitely... Oh my gosh, no. Get away! No. No, get away from me! Plasmatorp, stop it! Go away! Thank you. Oh, no Plasmatorp. I didn't even have to engage them. Oh man, it looks like people are needing all this stuff. I've just been greeting most stuff. Well, I guess if they're going to be needing, then I'm going to have to start needing too, or I won't get anything. I've noticed I've not gotten any drops. Okay. Let's get that little energy siphon going. There we go. Excellent. Oh, Valerie got popped. Oh, that was 9 of 10. Oh, these regeneration ones. I hate these. An Oblivion Gateway. Nikara. Yeah, I think I will just keep hopping in. We can start those all after doing like 5 more of these. Now the Tholian one just doesn't want to pop now. There it goes. Nice. Okay, good, good, good. Give us something a little different. As long as I get a Tholian in there every now and then, it's fine. Because Tholians usually last a little bit longer. A little more fun. Oh my god, look at that giant ship above me. Red mana capacitor. I think I'm the only one over on this side. Slarty is down over there too, so I guess I can Let me... Oh, well, they're moving away from me. Let's see. Let me move over to Slarty. Oh, try Cobalt. Oh, crap. No, 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 no. Oh, okay, good. It hit my shield. Oh my god, that was close. It's taking me forever to kill this thing. I think it's because I'm getting popped by all these others. The NFL trades and drafts. I was kind of paying attention to it, but then I was like, eh. Like, I watched some news about the first round, and I was like, eh. The draft just isn't that exciting for me this year. Like, I think some of the biggest news that I saw was the Panthers were thinking about going after Baker Mayfield, and then they decided nah, and they've drafted a quarterback. Which I think is the right move. I hate to say it, but I really do think it is the right move. Just draft a quarterback at this point. Let's see, Dyson. Oh, we do need Dysons. Did the Cowboys pick up somebody great? In the first round, they picked up an offensive lineman, which I thought was a good pickup. I sincerely thought it was, because they had Lyle Collins last season, and he was... he was okay, I guess, but he wasn't that great. He had a lot of dumb penalties. Like, there, in fact, if I remember correctly, there were at least like 5 or 6 games where he had multiple holding calls on him, and that just shouldn't happen. One every now and then, okay, fine, it happens. But there were games where he had like 2, 3. I think there was even one where he had like 4 holding calls. That just kills your offense. So yeah, he is no longer a Cowboy. So it made perfect sense for them to pick up a lineman, an offensive lineman, which I thought was a good move on their part, but apparently some people disagreed. They're like, yeah, man, why did they get an offensive lineman? I'm like, oh, to protect your quarterback? It makes perfect sense, man. And he's going to be there with, let me see, who is it? Martin and Tyron Smith, who is one of the best offensive linemen in the game right now. So he's going to learn from some really good people. So hopefully he'll step up his game. They also picked up a wide receiver. I think in the third round, they picked up a wide receiver because Amari Cooper is no longer a Cowboy either, as far as I know. And so the big guy was going to be like CeeDee Lamb and I forget the name of that other wide receiver they have. He was hurt most of the season last year. But yeah, they went ahead and picked up another wide receiver. I wasn't really crazy about that because there's some free agent wide receivers they could have picked up. I probably would have gone for something more like a defensive lineman. But you know, that's how it is. But as far as I know, there weren't really any huge surprises in the draft. I think there was a couple of times where people were like, that guy? But nothing like, oh my god, I can't believe they picked him, sort of thing. Nothing like that. But yeah, I thought, as far as the Cowboys go, I thought they picked up kind of what they needed. Like I said, I personally would not have picked up a wide receiver in the draft. I would have just seen what I was able to get from free agency. But at the same time, it kind of makes sense too, because if you're picking up a wide receiver in the third round, they're going to be fairly inexpensive, meaning that their rookie contract, which can last up to 5 years, is going to be really, really cheap. So that's probably the reason why They ended up doing it. They were going crazy about the first round pick. Who'd they pick? I think I saw it, but it didn't really ring a bell with me. It didn't really, set anything off. Who did they pick? Or what did they pick? They pick I imagine they probably picked, let me see, who do they have right now? Okay, you have Jared Goff as your quarterback. I honestly thought the Lions had a good core, but I don't know. Yeah, because it really did feel a little bit like the Lions were kind of like coming into their own as the season went on, even though they did not have a good year, obviously. But there was some cohesion I felt there as time went on. Like the team was starting to gel a little more. They were getting a little more consistent. I could go look at the names. Somebody named Hutch? Doesn't ring a bell. But yeah, like I say, and I know I still have to kind of think though, because there's got to be a couple of teams out there that could use a quarterback, and like I said, Baker's not like an absolutely amazing quarterback, but he is pretty good. He's solid for a short guy. So I am still wondering where he's gonna go, because he's gonna get traded. It's just a matter of where is he gonna go. And that's why everybody was thinking, well, he's probably going to end up getting traded on draft day. But that didn't happen. But somebody's going to pick him up. Dyson. Oh, we need 8472. Now I'm kind of curious as to who was in the draft. Let me take a look. Let me see. NFL draft results. There we go. Come on, just give me the list. Aiden Hutchinson, defensive end. I don't really know much about him, though. Let me see. And y'all get the second pick. Wow, they're saying that he could be Defensive Rookie of the Year. Wow, okay. If that's indeed the case, then that might have been a good reason to pick him up. If he's that good, yeah, they're saying that this guy is really, really good. So, although I probably would have gone offense first myself, I can understand why they took him. So, Trayvon Walker went to the Jaguars. Okay. Aiden Hutchinson. I guess that's a pretty good pick. The Texans at number 3 picked up Derek Stingley, a defensive back, at number 3? I don't know about that. I mean, again, this guy must be exceptional if they're spending a... Let me see. Oh, they're saying he could be Defensive Rookie of the Year as well, so I guess he is that good. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of defensive players went early. The top 5. Wow. The top 5 players drafted are all defensive players. A defensive end, defensive back, a cornerback, and then an edge rusher. Wow, all defense. And then once you get into like the top 10, then you're seeing some other stuff like wide receivers, offensive tackles. Wow. No quarterbacks in the top 10. In fact, no quarterbacks in the top 15. Finally, at 20, the Steelers picked up Kenny Pickett for quarterback, which they need. They definitely need a quarterback. They have Mitchell Trubisky now, but they definitely need a rookie. Because Trubisky, unfortunately, he may not be so good. Oh, here we go. At 15, the Texans got another pick there. They picked up an offensive lineman, Kenyon Green. That makes sense. Let me see. Oh, wow. Here we go. The Detroit Lions at 12 picked up Jamison Williams from Alabama, a wide receiver. Okay, that is a good pick. That is an excellent pick. Yeah, that's a very, very good pick. Yeah, because they definitely need some offensive weapons. Because yeah, they're because Jared Goff could be great again, but he just didn't have anybody helping him. So yeah, give him a wide receiver like this from Alabama, a guy that knows how to win. That's an excellent pick. Let's see. Yeah, James Jones, top 5 wide receiver to team fits in 2022 NFL draft class. Okay, so that makes perfect sense. Yep, even they agree. Let's see. Commanders, Chargers, Titans, Trent McDuffie. Tyler Smith is the name of the guy that went to the Cowboys. He went number 24. Yeah, he's from Tulsa. Let's see. Wow, only one quarterback went in the first round. That kind of shows you how weak the quarterback class is this time around. Yeah, the quarterback class. I think that's probably kind of like a subconscious reason why I didn't care. Because whenever there's like 2 or 3 really, really good quarterbacks that you know are going to go in the first round, tend to pay attention more. But in this one, yeah, the quarterback draft class was not good. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about Kenny Pickett, but it took pick 20 to get a quarterback in there. He was the only one. Let's see. Patriots took a guard. Packers took a defensive tackle. Wow. They just hate Aaron Rodgers. Oh my god. The Packers hate Aaron Rodgers so much. This is terrible. Okay, so hold on. Now I have to check what else. Did the Packers even get an offensive player? Oh, they did. Okay. At number 2 in the second round, they got Christian Watson from North Dakota State. Okay, they did get him. Okay, that makes sense. Because poor Aaron Rodgers, man, he has no one to throw to right now. He lost his 2 wide receivers that he trusted, so yeah, they had to get him somebody else. Let's see, is there anybody of note that went in the second round? Yeah, this class was kind of... I mean, there's some good players here, but there isn't really any name that really stood out. Why they hate Rodgers? Well, I mean, there's a reason why they can't get a lot of really good offensive players there to stay. Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, it's Green Bay, and it's really cold there. Once you get into like November, December, January, it is brutally cold. And they're almost always getting home field advantage through the, at least for the first round of the playoffs. So it's always really hard to play there. And second, they paid Aaron Rodgers so much money that they don't have any other money left to really get anybody else with. When you pay Aaron Rodgers, I think when he signed it, it was the most expensive contract in NFL history at the time. So yeah, they paid him a ton of money. I had to check. Let me see. Aaron Rodgers' contract. Oh, he signed an extension. Okay. Oh, I see what they... Okay. Wow. Yeah, over 3 years. Wow. Over 3 years, they're paying him $150 million. He won them one Super Bowl. He got one Super Bowl. He is an excellent quarterback. I will give him that. He is. He is one of the best quarterbacks in the game. But again, there's a certain balance you need to strike there. If you want to win championships, sometimes, because the guy is insanely rich. Even if he didn't get huge money from his NFL career, just all of his endorsement deals and stuff, the guy's like ridiculously rich. So I don't even understand why he's making it such a huge priority to get this much money out of the Packers. It's weird. So yeah, it looks like in 2022 he'll get 42 million. In 2023 he'll get 59.5 million, and in 2024 he'll get 49.3 million. That's nuts. Just absolutely nuts. Yeah, especially because he's already getting up there in age too. He's 38. Which, he's still an amazing player, but I don't know, man. At some point, you just got to say, well, do you really want to pay that much money? And I guess it kind of makes sense because, if I'm very, very honest, he is the only reason the Packers have been in the playoffs for the last several years. He's the only reason. You put an average quarterback on that team, forget it. You'll be lucky if they got a wild card spot. Yeah, he is probably the sole reason why they have been up there in Super Bowl talks every single year for the past 10 years. But yeah, like I said, sometimes you have to weigh that, because he's eating up so much cap space that they can't afford to keep any of their players. After taxes and paying his manager, he's still rich. He's still super rich. Let me see. Net worth. Now, of course, this isn't necessarily correct, but I'm just guessing here. As of 2022, Aaron Rodgers' net worth is estimated to be roughly $120 million. I think that's undervalued. I really do. Yeah, I really think it's undervalued. Because again, just the fact that he can... What is this? No, go back. There we go. Yeah, he's going to make a ton of money over the next few years. So he is going to be, by the time he retires, he's going to be stupid rich. like stupid rich. He's already stupid rich as it is. But still. Let's see. Anybody of note in the third round? Yeah, once you get to the third and fourth rounds, the name recognition really starts to go down. Oh, the Falcons took a quarterback in the third round. Let me see. A guard, a linebacker. Now I kind of just want to see who the Lions took. Let's just see who the Lions took. Okay, Detroit Lions. Aiden Hutchinson. We already said that was a good pick. So is Jamison Williams. Joshua Pascal. Another defensive end. Wow, they're really going for defense, huh? Okay. And that was in the second round. Yeah, but hold on a second. That's right. So the Lions got 2 picks in the first round. They got Aiden Hutchinson and Jamison Williams, which again, excellent picks, great picks. In round 2, they got Joshua Pascal, who is also a defensive end. Let's see, Kirby Joseph in the third round. He's a safety, it looks like. Then they didn't have a pick in the fourth round. Their fifth round pick was a tight end, James Mitchell. Let me see. In the sixth round, they had 2 picks. Malcolm Rodriguez, a linebacker, and James Houston, an edge rusher. And then round 7 was a guy named Chase Lucas, a cornerback, who, I hate to say it, but the last couple of guys here are probably not going to make the team. Because, once you start getting into round 6 and 7, it's The chances of you making you may end up on like the practice squad, but you may not necessarily make it to the team. Do you know your net worth? I could probably start adding it, but it takes time. It's not one of those numbers that you can just immediately kind of nail down because you have to. There's a lot of stuff you have to take into account because net worth obviously isn't just the amount of actual cash you have on hand. It's all of your assets. So it's really hard to say. A lot of my assets right now are tied up in the business, which I own the business, so technically it's all mine. But yeah, I would have to add it all up. I mean, with all of my inventory and stuff, I really have no idea because the thing is that again, a lot of my inventory are collectibles, which the value of those can be debated. So it's hard to say. It's not like if I owned like 2 or 3 buildings where you could go to the county and be like, hey, can I get a valuation? And then the county sends somebody out, they look at the property and look at the land and be like, okay, this is worth about $1 million. You know, you can't get anything like that. Because like with trading cards, you ask, 10 different people, hey, what's the value on this card? You're going to get 10 different answers. But yeah, whenever people come up with that number for net worth, it's usually your larger assets. Again, things like properties, mostly like houses, buildings that you may own, maybe some expensive cars that you might own. Like if you're talking about someone that's like really, really rich, like do they own a Maserati or something like that? Like those $1 million cars, those supercars, because those are pretty much collector's items. Because a lot of those times, certain cars, like like I was saying, like Maserati or Lamborghini, that kind of thing, whenever you buy those supercars, they only make so many of them. Like if you buy one of those super expensive cars, you're getting like one of like maybe like 500 that are ever going to be produced. So they really are collector's items. So they, instead of like your average car where after you drive it for 3 years, the value is like cut in half. The something like the Maserati or whatever is going to go up in value. Plus, obviously, your Maserati or your Lamborghini is not going to be your everyday driver. that's a car you only take out like every now and then, just for have a little fun. You don't like, hey, I got to go to the office today. Let's take the Lamborghini. Unless you're Bruce Wayne. Yeah, I imagine just for like an everyday driver, most very rich people have just, either if they don't have a private driver, they probably have something like a BMW or a Mercedes or something, a car that makes sense for the road. Yeah, you wouldn't want to drive a supercar every day. You just don't. Because they're neat, but they're not very practical. Oh, you're talking about Elon Musk. He bought all of Twitter. He bought all of it. Yeah, he bought the whole thing. He owns it now. Initially, he bought 9.2%. Because the big deal with Elon Musk, is he had purchased... Man, I can't target that. There we go. He had purchased 9.2% of Twitter. In their shares, in their stock. And the reason why initially that was a big deal is, one, because obviously when you have somebody who suddenly comes in and buys 9.2% of a company, that's a huge stake. That's a lot of money. That's a big deal. But above that, there was also the issue that whenever a very rich person, either being an individual or maybe like a business entity, whenever they make a massive purchase like that of shares from a particular company, you have to report that to the SEC by law. It's a law. You have to do it. It's not like you can just go and like covertly do that. I mean, some people do that, but it's against the law. So he went and he bought 9.2%, and then he publicly disclosed it like 2 months after he did it, which again is against the law. And everybody was kind of like, okay, why isn't he getting in trouble? And he still hasn't gotten in trouble. It's like, okay, y'all gonna do something? And SEC's like, eh. They just let him get away with it because you're not supposed to be able to do that. But you know, he's extremely rich, so they're just like, but then after that, somebody was joking with him years ago and said, hey, why don't you just buy all of Twitter? And apparently he decided he wanted to do that, so now he put up an offer. I think it was like 44 million or 44 billion. And at first, a lot of people at Twitter were like, no, we don't want to be bought out. But then all the other shareholders, like the major shareholders, people that own like 3, 4, 5% of the company, they wanted out. And so they're like, okay, sure, take my shares. And so they had the meeting and the shareholders approved. And just like that, he's now the owner. How he's not broke after that? Because the company still has value. Just because you buy something doesn't mean that you suddenly have less money necessarily. You still have something tangible there. Like if, again, it's kind of like buying a house. Like if you go and you buy a house for $200,000 and you pay cash, you're not down $200,000. You now have something in exchange for that, something that's tangible. You can live in the house, you could rent the house, and just holding on to the house, it's going to go up in value over time. That's just how it is. So yeah, you're not now negative $200,000. You just traded it for something else. And even then, the funny thing is people just thought that he just suddenly had, that he immediately had $44 billion in cash just to buy it. He didn't. He had to actually go and borrow money. Because again, his net worth, while it's like $200 billion or something, a large majority of that money, a vast majority of it, is tied up in his assets. Like he doesn't have like $40 billion in cash just like hanging out in a bank somewhere. It's not how it works. In fact, a majority of his wealth is from his Tesla stock. Because his Tesla stock is worth a ton of money right now. That's why his net worth at this moment is so high, because Tesla stock is like way up there right now. And he owns a lot of the shares. So yeah, that's why he's worth so much money. And that's why he was able to get people to loan him the cash he needed to buy Twitter, because he borrowed against his shares of Tesla. That, and I think he borrowed something against like some other assets that he owns. Because again, a person like him, he has properties. He has vehicles. He has all kinds of stuff. He has shares of companies. He owns a car company. He doesn't own it by himself. He owns shares of the company. But he doesn't just own Tesla by himself. There are other Tesla shareholders, but he has a good chunk of it in his portfolio. So yeah, that's where a majority of his wealth comes from. So yeah, that's why he was able to buy Twitter, because he borrowed money against his shares of Tesla. And I guess he just felt like he wanted to spend $44 billion on a company that, I hate to say it, and I use Twitter a lot. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, but I use Twitter a lot for, just for chit-chatting and discussions, and also for business and stuff. But I don't think Twitter's worth nearly that much. Seriously, Twitter is not a $44 billion company. Absolutely not. So he severely overpaid for it. He didn't even try to haggle. He just wanted it. And so he did it. It wasn't even, I don't think it was something that he even really put a lot of thought into. He's just like, I'm just going to buy Twitter. And he just did it. Didn't really think of the long term, which is like, dude. Because again, whenever you make a huge purchase like that, I mean, for the average person, like me and you, again, if I go and I buy a house, I don't just be like, okay, I want that one. Give me that house. and then just buy it. That's not how it works. You generally go and you look at all the different houses that are available. You see if you can get, good loan terms, that sort of stuff. And it's like, you take your time when you do something like that. But he just didn't care. He was like, 44 billion, give it to me. NFL won't let Jay-Z, but I thought Jay-Z actually owned part of a team. Now, you have to understand something about the NFL. It is not necessarily the NFL keeping him from being an owner of a team. It's that the owners of all the 32 teams right now, every one of those teams, even the worst teams, like, I hate to say it, the Lions, the Jaguars, the low-hanging fruit right now. Even those franchises have value. And over time, those franchises, the value of those franchises just goes up and up and up and up and up. It's just how it is, man. So, yeah, it's not a matter of them not necessarily letting him own a team. It's just that nobody is really looking to sell their shares in the team. Like, some teams have just one owner, and that's it. Other teams, it's kind of like an amalgamation of different owners that own certain percentages of the team. Like, you may have somebody that owns like 5% of the team, another person that owns 10% of that same team, and so on and so forth. It's not like Jerry Jones where he owns the entire team. Sometimes it's groups of people. Like, famously, Bill Maher, the guy who has the show over on HBO, the Real Time with Bill Maher, for a while, for a period of time there, he actually owned part of the New York Mets. I think initially, I don't know the exact numbers, I'm completely guessing here, but from what I think I remember, is his initial investment was like something like $10 million to buy like shares of the New York Mets. But then he kind of realized later on, after a couple of years, that he just didn't really want to have to deal with it. So he sold his shares, but it worked out really well for him because his initial investment of $10 million ended up getting him $30 million when he sold his shares because the value went up. Somebody was willing to pay him $30 million. And so he's like, sweet, okay, I'll take it. I'm out. So I don't know what the deal is with Jay-Z. Let me see, Jay-Z... NFL team. Oh, there's a story here from blackenterprise.com. Let me see here. Oh, this was back in 2021. No, dang it, they have their ad blocker stuff. I can't even read this. There's also one here on Vox. Oh, that's from 2019. Jay-Z to buy ownership in Washington football. Okay, there's some speculation. There's been a lot of speculation. Like, in one article, it's talking about the Denver Broncos. Another article has him eyeing the Washington football team. Yeah, so it's kind of, it's like everybody's kind of throwing their ideas out there as to what team he could buy shares in. Which I think he could. I don't see why they wouldn't let him. But again, you have to consider, is there somebody that is a partial owner of a team that is willing to sell their stake? Because if they're just looking to get out of it and, make their money and leave, then why would you? I mean, it doesn't make sense to say no to somebody who's willing to pay you what you're asking. Tony Khan is 30 years old and owns the Jaguars because the dude's a billionaire. Yeah, Tony Khan is a billionaire. If I'm not mistaken, I think he has oil money. He's also the president of All Elite Wrestling. Yes, the wrestling promotion. He runs that as well. Oh, and also, he's not 30, he's 39. Still young, still pretty young, but he's got a lot of money. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe all of his money... Let me see, how did Tony Khan make his money? Co-owner of Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay, Khan is also the founder of co-owner of CEOs All Elite Wrestling. He was also... Oh, that's right, he also bought Ring of Honor, too. Which was not that much. I think he paid like $500,000 for Ring of Honor. It was not that much. Let me see. Yeah, Tony Khan has a net worth of 1 billion. His wealth is primarily from his three main ventures. His father has helped him. There you go. So he got his money from his dad. Although he is pretty business savvy, from what I understand. I don't know, man. The Jaguars are pretty awful. They're a very bad team. But AEW is doing well. Yeah, the wrestling thing he does is yeah, they're doing pretty good. So yeah, that's where he gets his money from. It's from his dad. Oh wow, yeah. Here, this is a prime example right here why people who own things like NFL teams, professional sports teams that are big, like NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, stuff like that, like the big guns. This is why they don't want to sell their shares. Here's a little snippet here. How much is Tony Khan's, or how much is the Khan family worth? Khan's reported net worth has increased every year since he bought the team in 2012, the Jaguars, and was sixth among NFL owners with 2.5 billion. His net worth has reportedly by Forbes to be 7.86 billion last year. Khan purchased the Jaguars for 770 million. So imagine that. He spends 770 million to buy the team, and now the same team over 10 years is now worth triple the amount. That right there is the number one reason why nobody wants to let go of their shares of teams, because it's even if it's a bad team, because you're hooked up with the NFL, you're gonna get revenue sharing. So yeah. And I wouldn't, like, if I were him, I wouldn't sell. I'd keep that until I were dead. Because it's at that point it's just money coming in. And then, like, if you want a new stadium, you just go to the taxpayers and say, "Hey, I'd like a new stadium." They'll probably say yes. Well, the taxpayers won't, but the local people will. Tony purchased Ring of Honor and Vince McMahon was pissed off. Yes. If I'm not mistaken, the reason why Vince was angry is because over time, Vince he's acquired smaller promotions left and right since like the 80s. He's been doing it for decades. And every time he buys a new smaller promotion, he gets the video libraries too, which is basically all the shows. Like, say for instance, like Mid-South Wrestling. It was an old promotion that ran back from the late 80s into the early 90s. And they were like kind of a regional thing, but they were very popular in that region for a while. And they had shows that they played on television, and they videotaped them, obviously. And those videotapes, those shows, those matches, they have value because, old school people like to go back and watch those old matches. And because some of those old matches are actually really, really good. The old shows are really good. And so those tapes have value. And when he bought Ring of Honor, along with it came all of the library that they owned as well. And Ring of Honor had actually been around for a while. They kind of flew under the radar. They were a smaller promotion, but they'd been around, I think, like 10 years. So they had a vast library of matches. So yeah, when Tony Khan went in there and bought it, and Vince was pissed. And I think the reason he was pissed was because Tony did not pay very much for it. He didn't. I don't think like I said, I think it was a really tiny number. It was like $500,000. Let me see. Ring of Honor purchase. Let me see. Again, I could be completely wrong with that number. And I think another reason why Vince was mad is because back in the early 2000s, when Vince bought World Championship Wrestling, WCW, he got it super cheap, like super cheap. I think the reported price, if I remember correctly, was between $3.5 million and $4 million that he paid for WCW, and they had a massive library of shows, pay-per-views, matches, just all kinds of good stuff. So to only have paid that much for it was a steal, absolute steal. And so he probably wanted to try to do the same thing with Ring of Honor, but Khan came in and outbid him. So that's why they took it. Let me see. Ring of Honor formed in the void of creator and WCW purchase. Okay, yeah. So it was in the early 2000s when Ring of Honor actually came out. Anywhere near as commercially successful, but developed a faithful audience. Okay. Well, how much did he pay? Just tell me how much he paid, dang it. Okay, it's not giving me a number here. This is a very long article, too. Yeah, it's not giving me a number, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure the number's out there somewhere. Let me see. Baltimore Sun. Here's another article. Yeah, it doesn't say here either. Whenever they don't mention numbers like this, it makes me think that it's a very small number. Okay, here's one more. I'm going to check one more article to see if they say anything. No, same thing here. No number is disclosed. So I have no idea. And I'm trying to think, because I remember when the sale went through, I remember hearing somebody throwing a number out there. That's where I think I got like the $500,000 from. Magic Johnson owns the Red Sox. Does he? I mean, I know Magic Johnson is very rich. Oh, there's actually several people that own them. He owns a share. Let me see. Fenway Sports Group. Here we go. List of Boston Red Sox owners and executives. Let me see. He's not listed here. I don't see him. This could just be wrong. But yeah, minority owners. Eddie Collins. Oh, okay, some of these are older. Oh, maybe these are former. Let me see. General managers. Let me just look up Magic Johnson. It'll probably say something. Magic Johnson Red Sox. Well, it says here LeBron James. Vince is worth more than Tony? No, he's not. He's not. Again, just from the team, Tony has a value. Because remember, I just read that in that other article. Tony has an estimated value of $7.6 billion, whereas Vince is right about $1 billion or so. It kind of fluctuates a little bit because, again, a majority of his wealth is based on the stock price of WWE. But it says here LeBron James becomes part owner of the Boston Red Sox. Well, let me check. Oh, here's another one. Well, it's... I guess... Hold on, what is this? Is this saying that he owns part of the Dodgers? Which makes more sense, actually, because he's based in LA. Yeah, there we go. Magic and the Dodgers. There we go. Yeah, he owns part of the Dodgers. He actually owns an investment firm that has a stake. So I guess by, de facto he is the owner. Or not the full owner, but he has a stake. Okay, so yeah, Magic does own at least a portion of the Dodgers. And it says here, yeah, LeBron James becomes part owner of Boston Red Sox baseball team. March 16th, 2021 is the date on this. Added to his impressive portfolio by becoming a minority owner of Major League Baseball's Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox is a storied and marquee franchise. And they are a good franchise. They make a lot of money. So that's actually a good investment on his part. Yeah, Red Sox, the biggest franchises in baseball are going to be like your Red Sox and your Yankees. And they both make tons of money. So that's a great investment on his part. It doesn't say exactly how much. It just says that he owns shares. Yeah, it just says part, quote unquote, part ownership. Yeah, LeBron is another one of those people that's just like ridiculously rich. That he could actually play in the NBA for free and still be like super rich. He has a $1 billion deal with Nike. $1 billion. That's insane. That's like up there with like Michael Jordan money. Because I know Jordan was his Nike Jordan's Nike deal was huge. It was like massive. Okay, we've been talking a lot about baseball and value now. I gotta go do one of these. I gotta do another one of these. Everyone's like, I thought we were doing Star Trek. What's this baseball talk? And there are not very many people here watching, but I guess maybe they're just like, eh. Rihanna is worth more than Jay-Z and Kanye West? I don't know about Jay-Z, but Kanye West, that makes sense. Because I hate to say it. Well, maybe I don't hate to say it. But Kanye, unfortunately, he's got a crap load of debt from what I understand. And the only reason that for a period of time he was considered an extremely rich person was because of Kim's wealth. Because yeah, he was, well, they're getting divorced now, but he was married to, or he still technically is married to Kim Kardashian. And she, although I am not a fan, I gotta hand it to her, that woman is worth a ton of money. She herself is worth like $1 billion. And that's where a majority of his wealth came from. Because again, when you're married, it's you know, a group thing. It's no longer just me or whatever. You know, even though, unless they had a prenuptial agreement, which with that kind of money involved, I'm pretty much absolutely certain there's a prenuptial agreement there. But from his shoes, no. Those shoes are awful. Anybody who buys those shoes, I think they're just trying to be nice to Kanye. Because there are some things that Kanye is just there are some things he's very good at. Like he is a great rapper. I'll give him that, man. He's great on the mic. But dude's kind of crazy. He needs to be on his meds, and his fashion sense is horrendous. Yeah, man, his fashion sense is terrible. Oh, like I've seen the clothing and stuff that he designs, and it's so ugly. But I mean, I guess he could say, hey, you know, joke's on us because people buy it. I sure as hell wouldn't buy it. Like, what was one of the jokes is there was a shirt. It was just like a regular t-shirt with no branding or anything on it. It was just like a regular t-shirt with like a whole bunch of holes in it. And he took that and called it a Kanye shirt and sold it for like $120. And people bought it. People are weird, man. People are very weird. I just don't see the point. The only thing I can think of is it's kind of like buying an NFT, but at the very least, when you buy a shirt like from Kanye, $500 white t-shirts now. Oh my god, that is just so insane. I just don't understand why people do that. I mean, you could buy like a 5-pack of t-shirts from Walmart for like $20, and they will last you far longer than that Kanye shirt will. The same thing with the shoes. The shoes are so ugly. It's almost as if he's kind of thinking to himself, let me just make them as ugly as possible and see what people will actually pay. And that's what he's been doing. He's just trolling everybody hardcore at this point. You're like, I'm just gonna keep seeing how much money you people will give me for this crap. They're just so ugly. They're so horrendous. Like, I could never see myself wearing Kanye shoes. Even if somebody, like, gave me a pair. Like, hey, I got you some Kanye shoes. I'd be like, no. I think I've mentioned it before. I'm one of those people that I don't like selling gifts that I get. Unless it's meant to be sold. You know, sometimes that's just how it is. But, like, if somebody gifted me a pair of Kanye shoes, I really don't know what I would do with them. I have no clue. I guess they would just sit in the closet. 3-pack of shirts for $11. That's a good deal, man. If they're just basic t-shirts, it's no big deal. I'll do that sometimes too. Like when I go and like about once a year, I'll go to like Target or something, and I'll buy like 2 packs of like underwear and like a pack of t-shirts. You know, stuff like that. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, if you go and you pay like $15 for a pack of like undershirts or something, that's fine. That's normal. What would be abnormal is if you paid $500 for each of those t-shirts. That would be abnormal. That would be stupid. That would be downright stupid. Man, I got all these boxes I gotta open up. Because I don't know how you guys operate, but like I have like a cycle that I go through. And I started this when I was in my 20s. It's basically because for a long time, well, maybe not a long time, but basically like from my late teens until about my mid 20s, I would buy like all the fancier stuff, like the fancy shoes, like the Tommy Hilfiger shoes, and I'd buy like the the Guess jeans and stuff, the stuff that was more expensive. But then as I got into my later 20s, I kind of realized, well, nobody really cares about that stuff anymore, because they don't. When you're an adult, nobody really cares. It's like, oh, you have a Guess shirt, okay, so nobody cares. And so once I got to like 27, 28, I just started getting, like packs of t-shirts, or even like sometimes you can find deals online. Oh, I think I mentioned this years ago. I bought a t-shirt from Amazon for $3. No joke, $3. It was an old Space Jam t-shirt. It was still new. It was like new old stock. It'd been sitting in its packaging forever, and somebody was just trying to get rid of it. So I was like, I'll buy it. So I bought it, and it got here, and it fits, and it's fine. It's a shirt, and it says Space Jam on it. Beauty Supply, one t-shirt for $7.50. That's not bad. It's probably just a very basic t-shirt, but hey, it does what it's supposed to, right? But yeah, I did that. And in fact, it was through one of those little cycles. Like every year, I'll go through and I'll do cycles where I like replace like old underwear or old t-shirts and stuff. And me, I try to be very frugal when it comes to clothing. Like I generally won't throw away a t-shirt until the thing is falling apart. Because even if it looks old, I figure, it's still a shirt I can wear around, the apartment, whatever. It's not necessarily something I would wear out, but it's still something to wear. But once it's got way too many holes in it, like it's just falling apart, then I'll get rid of it. But yeah, I try to hold on to stuff pretty long. But yeah, I did that for a while, where I would go onto Amazon, and you'll find. And I'm pretty sure you could probably still do it right now. Let me see if I can find any. I'm actually curious. see, men's t-shirts. Okay. Oh, well, these aren't bad. There's some t-shirts here from a company called, well, from a brand called Gildan. It's about $9 per shirt. And they got various colors. That's actually not terrible. Although you can find cheaper ones too. In fact, let me... Oh, here's another one for $7. Let me search by price. Let me see. Some of these are a penny. No joke. There's a shirt here for a penny. But here's where they get you, and this is like some old school eBay stuff. What they used to do on eBay all the time was they put a product up there for like a penny, but then shipping would be like $30. And that's kind of what they're doing here. I see a couple of shirts here that are 1 penny, but the shipping is $15. And having a lot of experience with shipping things, I can tell you right now, it does not cost anywhere near $15 to ship a t-shirt. To ship a t-shirt costs, let me see, with a tracking number, let me see, how many ounces would that shirt be? Maybe 4 at the most? Yeah, shipping a t-shirt would probably cost you about $3.85. About that much. Yeah, it does not cost that much to ship a t-shirt. Classic white Air Force. What is classic white Air Force? What is that? Are those shoes? They sound like Nikes. They are shoes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay. I remember those. Yeah, those are old school. No, those things have been around forever. I mean, they're decent shoes. They're fine. Yeah, nothing wrong with those shoes, man. They look like dad shoes. They look like dad shoes. I've actually moved away from Nike because, and I hate to say this, not to get political, but I learned of how they produce their shoes and everything, and I just didn't like it. And it sucks because I'd worn Nike shoes a majority of my life. Like, even as a kid, the only other time I got a pair of shoes that was not Nike was when I had the Reebok pumps. Remember the Reebok pumps? I had those. I had the black ones, but those were pretty cool. But yeah, I wore Nikes forever. As far as my sneakers, like my sports shoes or my walking shoes, I don't wear Nike anymore though. The last pair of sneakers that I bought were actually Skechers, and it wasn't bad. The Skechers are actually really comfortable. They're very, very comfortable, and I think I paid $40 for them. Hudson jeans. Hudson jeans. Oh my god. Dude, those are... Why are they so expensive? What are they made out of? Baby tears? Wow, these are... I mean, are these American made or something? Is that... I mean, because I've noticed that sometimes. Sometimes when certain things that you feel are pretty basic, like jeans or a t-shirt or something, and they're a little more expensive, it's because they are made and sourced here in the States, which it makes sense. It's fine. Because again, you know, a lot of stuff like this comes from China, but unfortunately a lot of the lower end Chinese stuff is just not good. It's kind of like you get what you pay for, that sort of thing. And at least, like, I have bought some products that were made specifically here in the US, and I gotta hand it to them. Pretty much every single time I have bought clothing that was made in the US from American sources, like American cotton and all that, they've been good quality. They've been very good. You pay a little bit more, but they're good. That's good stuff. Wow, some of these jeans are really expensive. Yeah, like $315 for this pair of jeans. That seems excessive, though. That seems very. I remember growing up, the most expensive pair of jeans that I ever bought were like a $90 pair of jeans. And even then, it was like that was like my limit. I was stretching it there. You know, I was pretty basic when I was a younger. I was like just kind of like the Levi's guy. Didn't really care. But then again, like I said, as I got into my late teens and into my 20s, I would buy the more expensive stuff because I could afford it. But that still seems like a lot of money, man. I mean, they're nice looking jeans, but like I'm seeing one for 255, another one for 270. Oh my god. Oh, these are leather. That's why these are so expensive. They're hideous, but they're leather. Draft Day Slim 36 Dansby, $900. But again, they're leather. They're actual full leather pants. That seems weird to me. That's really expensive. And even this seems expensive too. I mean, Hudson X Brandon Williams hat black, $55? Oh, that's Integrity Tee Black Passion, $95. Wow, this stuff is expensive, man. It's a t-shirt. Even if it's 100% American made, that's just way too much money. Like for a straight up American made t-shirt, I could see probably stretching to like $30, you know, compared to a Chinese shirt, which is probably like $10. But yeah, that's a lot of money, man. And they're not even, I mean, they're basic shirts. I mean, they look nice, but yeah, I just don't get it. Oh, here's one. This is funny. A leather jacket black. It's basically like a Letterman jacket for $1,100. Again, admittedly, that jacket's very attractive. And I think the sleeves are leather. That's probably why it's that much more expensive. But still, that's a lot of money. Wow, that is a lot of money, man. Yeah, some of this stuff is really, really expensive. I just don't get it. I guess if I had a lot of extra income, then this wouldn't seem so expensive to me. But I've always been really, really frugal. Again, like I said, pretty much from like 27, 28 until now, I've been very frugal with my clothing purchases. I still don't mind paying more, like I said, if it's actually a good quality item. I don't mind paying more for it. I try to avoid the super, super cheap stuff now because a lot of the times the super cheap stuff, it just it just doesn't last. It just doesn't. Balmain jeans. Is that from Hudson as well? Oh, here we go. Balmain jeans, men. Oh, those are hideous. Oh, those are gross, man. Those are not attractive. And they're the cheapest one is like $1,200. Those are gross. Ugh. Yeah, those are terrible. Who in their right mind would wear this? Ugh. Please tell me you don't wear these. These are hideous. They're way too. It's a pair of jeans. To me, a pair of jeans, you know, less is more. Less is more when it comes to stuff like a pair of jeans. I don't see the point in making jeans like really, really busy because again, it's a pair of jeans. It's just, those are horrendous. Oh my gosh. Oh, I forgot. I still have my t-shirts open here on Amazon. Oh, let me put Prime. Let me see if there are any Prime shirts. Come on. There we go. It's taking time to load. Oh, here you go. Here's a really cheap t-shirt. $4.92 for a t-shirt. Yeah, some of these are terrible. They're absolutely gross. But if you want a cheap t-shirt, here you go. Oh, here we go. Here's Hanes. Hanes is decent. It's a decent t-shirt. $5 for a Hanes t-shirt. And the Hanes t-shirts, they're okay. I don't like that it has the front pocket. The front pocket just looks weird to me. But yeah, they got Hanes t-shirts for as little as $5. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think these are China made. Yeah, imported. That means it's made in China. Let me see if anybody actually smaller pockets, shorter sleeves than traditional pocket. Oh, they're called nanos because they have shorter sleeves. Okay, that could be why they're so cheap. Here's another one here. Oh, these look nice actually. Augusta Sportswear. Well, that's a women's shirt. Why is that in the men's section? Okay, that's not done right. Mark Stevens. I've never heard of this brand. Let me see. Select size. Wow, for an XL T-shirt from this company, $6. Various colors. They have a lot of colors too. The shirts actually look decent. They're fine. The material looks nice. Looks breathable. Where are these from though? Oh, they're cotton and polyester. So they're not as breathable as I thought they were. Usually just straight cotton is the best thing to do if you want breathability. Michael Jordan owns this. Ugh, those are gross. Oh, hold on. Let's see. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going into the reviews of this t-shirt that I'm looking at, and they're all bad. Yeah, here's the guy. Here's not as described. I'm not sure who makes this t-shirt. The sale pictures shirt tag says Mark Stevens. As you can see, my shirt is different. Oh, it is. That looks very... Oh, wow. That looks generic as heck. This looks like a generic t-shirt, and they just kind of stuck a name on there to make it seem like it's something else. Let's see, not worth $10. Oh, these used to be $10. If you like thread. There were loose threads in the hem and the arms. Oh gosh, I hate that. Waste of money, nothing heavy duty about the... Okay, yeah, these shirts are bad. Well, I mean, it's a $6 shirt. I mean, again, the picture looks good, but it's the picture. You can't really ever know until you actually... Yeah, these are not the same shirts at all. Again, like the guy said in this review, in the picture they show as what you're supposed to get, it actually says the name Mark Stevens on the label or on the collar, and then the shirt he got was completely different. Yeah, that is not the same shirt. Okay, enough of that. So I do online shopping the most. It depends. Yeah, it really depends what I buy. Like if I'm buying like shorts or something, because again, I'm in Texas, so it's always really warm here. So shorts is like a must all the time. When it comes to like shorts, I'll go to like Target because they're cheap over there. They're only like $15. But I like the basketball type shorts because those tend to be a little more breathable, you know. So I'll buy those at places like Target. I mean, because I've gone to places like Target and Walmart just to buy like the necessities. Like Walmart, I've gone there just to buy underwear. Because again, it's underwear. It's like you know, Hanes, Fruit of the Loom, that stuff. It's all basic stuff. Whether you buy them online or buy them at Walmart, it's really the same product. So yeah, when it comes to like basics like that, I split between the two. Like I actually found this one type of underwear that I really liked that I had bought at Target years ago, and then when it came time to get new underwear, I went back and they didn't carry them anymore. So I was like, oh man. So I went online and thankfully they were still available on Amazon. So I bought a couple of packs from Amazon, and sure enough, they were the exact same ones. So I was like, yes. But yeah, when it comes to clothing, I'm kind of split. Because when it comes, like, I don't buy a lot of designer clothing. I don't buy any like dress shirts anymore. I don't buy dress slacks anymore because I just don't need them. I simply don't need them. It's like when I was in my early 20s, I was buying business suits all the time because that's what I had to wear for my job. But now I don't need it. So it doesn't make sense to, you know, go to the stores and stuff and make sure it fits properly. If it snows in Texas, our energy goes out. Dude, my energy went out last night. Oh, I didn't mention it in Discord, but I was actually just here, just chilling out, and I was playing my Switch, and I'd hooked it up to my TV because it's just, you know, it's easier to see. So I was playing Switch on the TV, and then my power just went out, and I was like, okay, and that's not unusual. We have little times where, you know, sporadically the power will just go out for like 30 seconds and then just come right back on, and it did that. So I was like, okay, we're fine. And then like another minute later, it went out again. And I was like, oh, please don't be this, you know, because when it kind of shuts on and off like that, usually we have to call somebody and it takes time. And but then it didn't come back on. And I was like, what is going on? And so I immediately got up and went and I looked and everybody else's power was on. So I was like, oh man, please don't let it be just my apartment. And so I put my sandals on, I go outside, and my neighbor just happened to be coming out of her apartment. And I was like, hey, did your power go out? I'm like, my power just went out. And she's like, oh. And I was like, what? Apparently, in her apartment, she had thrown a breaker. So you just got to go down to the box and reset it. So her son goes down there to reset it, but he didn't know what box was hers. So he got into my box and shut off my power. He got her power back on, but he just left mine off. He just turned off my power and just left it off. So I was like, what is... And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry. He probably turned your power because he was trying to flip the breaker on mine. And I was like, all right. So I just got my flashlight and I was like, let me just go take care of this. I just went to the box myself and flipped it back on. He apologized. He was sorry, but because when I came back from turning my power back on, I went back up the stairs and he's like, "Oh, did you get your power back on? I'm sorry, man." I'm like, "It's fine. Don't worry about it." I just thought it was kind of weird. But yeah, not this past February, but last February was when we had that big outage. Yeah, everybody was freezing to death and stuff, and that's not even a joke. We had like 200 people die just because they couldn't get access to heat. That just shouldn't happen in America, but it did. It's just so dumb. A lot of them were older people, but there were some younger kids that died too. There was like I think it was like a 12-year-old boy who I think he was in like the Dallas area, and Dallas actually got pretty cold. It was like down in the single digits, and they didn't have power. They didn't have heat. And so they bundled him up. They put a lot of clothes and stuff on him in his jacket, and they put him under blankets, and they're like, just try to stay warm. And he's like, all right. And he seemed fine. According to them, he seemed fine. But yeah, when they went to get him up in the morning, he was gone. He was dead. Just really sad. And again, you don't expect, you know, especially someone like 12, 13 years old, usually their bodies are pretty robust. They can recover or they can deal with certain extremes like that. But yeah, unfortunately, he just didn't make it. But yeah, also a lot of older people, a lot of senior citizens died. And I can understand how bad it was because obviously I was without power for several days. And it was very cold here too. Not as cold as Dallas, but it was still very, very cold. It was below freezing the entire week. Like, it did not get above freezing, even during the day. It was that cold. And I remember by like day 6, I was just like, dude, I just can't deal with it anymore. I was just ready to... It was getting to the part where it's like... oh gosh, how can I even put it? Where you almost just want to just give up and be like, you know, this is just like... Because every day that I woke up during that time, I just thought, okay, maybe today's the day we'll get our power back, and it didn't happen for so long, and I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. And finally, by that last day, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, this is just awful. I was ready to just go buy a bus ticket and just like take it up to like Austin or something and see hope my brother or somebody had power, just go stay with them. But then, sure enough, at like I think it was like 9:30 in the morning, the power came back on, and I was like, oh my god, they have power. And I laugh about it now, but dude, it sucked so much. Oh man, it was so bad. And again, some people gave me crap. They're like, oh, it's much colder here in Wisconsin or Minnesota. And I'm like, yeah, but in Minnesota and Wisconsin, you guys are ready for that kind of weather. That sort of stuff just doesn't happen here in Texas. It almost never gets that cold here. I mean, we have little little cold snaps here and there where for like a day or two it's really cold, but we still have our power, so we're fine. Like most like I can tell you right now, almost no apartments, at least here in South Texas, have fireplaces. We don't have fireplaces. We don't have natural gas that runs to our apartments anymore because we just don't use it. We also just don't have any of those little extra comforts that most people would want in places where it gets really, really cold like that. Yeah, like, or oh, did I say radiators? Yeah, we don't have radiators here anymore either because we just don't use them. This was like a once in like 100-year situation that we ran into. So yeah, for the handful of people that had homes that did have fireplaces, because some homes here do still have fireplaces. It's not very common, but some of them do have it. Yeah, those people were like, oh yes, we have fireplace. Oh, that guy's dead. That guy's so dead. Yep, he died. Oh, that was only... Okay, that wasn't an actual player. That was like a photonic ship. Okay, they got lucky. Do we have heat vents? No. If our power goes out, we have virtually no way to keep ourselves warm here. Again, unless you have a fireplace, just don't have it. There's no way. And people again like, well, why don't you have that stuff? Again, it just doesn't get cold like that here. Like I said, that's like a once in like 100-year situation. It just really doesn't get that cold here. Even on our coldest days, it's not below freezing for more than maybe 48 hours. Whereas this last time when we lost our power, it was below freezing here in Corpus Christi for a solid week. I've never been here in Corpus Christi where it has been below freezing for that long. Yeah, it was completely something that we were just not prepared for, because it just doesn't happen. It's kind of like having an air conditioner, in northern Canada. You wouldn't ever really need it. You wouldn't need to cool your home if you live in northern Canada, because even during the summers up there, it's not bad. Even during the summers in northern Canada, your highs are like, what, 75 degrees? That's beautiful. That's like amazing weather. That's like our winters. Our winters down here, the highs are like 70 degrees. That's it. That's about as, again, we have little cold snaps here and there, but on average, our low temperatures during our winters are like 70. And at night, it does get a little colder. It gets down to like, 40, 45. So you may need a heater here and there, but yeah, for the most part, we don't need that stuff. And again, I think that was the biggest thing that a lot of other people that were calling us pansies for, they just didn't get that. I'm like, you just don't understand, man. We just don't have anything for that. It's like when they get again, like there have been times like in Chicago where they'll get like a heat wave. And that's happened. I've seen that in the news too, where they've gotten heat waves. And it'll be like 100 degrees. up in Chicago for, you know, like 2 or 3 days straight. And I feel for them because, again, it's Chicago. You don't really expect it to get that hot there. So what do you do when you're hot? You got fans, AC? Yes. Every place here has air conditioning. We all have ACs. There are still some older dwellings that don't have central heating and air, but even those places usually have window units. So yeah, pretty much every place has an air conditioner. Oh, and fans, yeah. But yeah, that's really all you need. As long there are some places that again they weren't built to have central heating and air, so they have the window units. And as long as you black out your windows, like a lot of people, what they'll do here is it's kind of ghetto, but it works. They'll put like foil on top of on their windows, and then they'll cover that foil with like newspaper. Again, it looks kind of crap, but it works. It keeps the heat out during the summer. So if you have something like that, and you've got even a smaller window unit with maybe a couple of fans around the house, you'll probably be fine. Unless you have like a really big home, and then that's something else. But yeah, as long as you can black out your windows to keep the rays from coming directly in, you're usually fine with just like a window unit and a couple of fans. But even then, it still gets a little expensive because you have to power it. And ACs are notorious for just eating energy. But yeah, thankfully we're still kind of in that part of the year right now where the evenings are still kind of cool. Like outside right now, it's like 65 degrees or something. Maybe a little warmer. But there will come a time, like probably in August, where the low outside during the night is going to be like 85 degrees. And the highs during the day will be like 96 to 100 at least. And then that's when the bad time comes because the AC is always on, and it's like, dude, you get that electric bill and it's like $200, and you're like, ugh. Like during the winters are the best times, at least for me, because like this past winter was a little more expensive, but pretty much all the previous winters before, I think my lowest bill during the winter for electric was about $56. Which is incredible. That's amazing. But that's because it gets, like I said, it gets cold, but it's not like super cold. So I usually don't even have to turn my heater on. Only during like the really, really, short cold snaps do I have to turn it on. But for the most part, I don't even turn the heater on. I'll just put on like I'll wear, instead of wearing shorts, I'll wear like warm-ups. And that's it. And then I'll have my computer on, which produces heat. So it gets a little chilly inside sometimes, a little chilly. Like it's gotten down to like 55 degrees in here. But, you just deal with it. It's not a big deal. In Michigan, hot season, it snows. In the summer? I know some places up north, they start getting snow like in September. Like I know like on Montana, there have been times where they've gotten snow like in September. Which is kind of crazy to me, but, that's different places, man. Climate's different everywhere. Okay, so we got Romulus. Oh, we didn't get competitive marks. I guess I need to go get some competitive marks. Come on, man. This thing will hang like this every now and then, where it won't just throw my box at me. It'll just hold on to it for a little bit. Oh, you silly box. Alright, well I'll just go do one more for competitive and then I think we're done. Let's do just Tholian. Oh, there's my box. What we got here? Plasma dual cannons. Yeah, those aren't very good. Yeah, those are not very good at all. Critical hit damage and proc. Well, it's not. It's only springtime. It's not summer. To me, that actually makes sense. I figure y'all would probably still be getting snow. Not like every day, but y'all would still have a few days here and there where it's kind of cold. Like, I think we just finally got our last cold front, I think like a week and a half ago. And even then, it just was not that cold. I think during the day, it was like 76 degrees. That was our last cold front. Now, from here on out, it's going to be probably in the 80s. And then, like I said, once the summer hits, it's going to get ugly. Okay, where is Simak at? I can't find him. Where's Slarty? I don't see him. Oh, I'm getting closer to him. I'm gonna kill this recluse. I think we're already almost done. Oh, there's still an orb weaver over there. We're gonna have to go grab that. And they'll probably kill it before I get there. We have the opposite though here. Like during the winters, like sometimes during January, we'll have like a 92-degree day. Like I remember one of the first times that I realized that climate change was probably real was 1 year on Christmas Day. It was like 96 degrees here. I was like, what is going on? Why is it so hot on Christmas? And I'm like, this isn't the Southern Hemisphere. What's the deal, man? Because again, Southern Hemisphere, their Christmas happens during their summer. But yeah, winter had just kicked off. We were like 4 days into winter, and we were still having 96-degree days, which was kind of crazy. Oh, how did I get here? Why did it put me here? I was on DS9, and it stuck me all the way over here. Huh. Oh well, let's go finish these. Let's see, competitive. Oh, what happened? Did I not get my competitive marks? Oh, I think I accidentally clicked something else. Oh, did I accidentally get gammas? Crap, I think I did. I clicked the wrong one. Yeah, I thought I got competitive. Oh, crap. Well, I guess I gotta go back in. Live life naked or live life with your wife again? I don't know. She's actually different now than she was when we were married. I still talk to her. We still talk. Like every few days we'll talk. We don't have like massive long conversations, but we still talk to each other. She's doing all right. Although she had some weird drama going on with her mom a few months ago. It was kind of crazy. She told me all about it, and I was like, "That's weird." And I think the reason why she told me about it is because I knew her mother. Well, I still know her mother technically. Her mother's not dead, but I knew the kind of person her mother was, and so that's why she told me the story, knowing that I'd be like, "What in the hell?" Essentially, in a nutshell, her mother ended up doing something extremely out of character. And so she got really worried. And so she ends up telling me. And I was like, you're not kidding. That is very out of character. That just doesn't sound right. So yeah, we got a little worried there. And I even told her, I said, have you considered maybe, talking to a doctor and being like, hey, should we check if my mother's okay? Because her mother's up there in age. She's in her 70s now. So you kind of have to start watching them at that point, Because sometimes parents, once they get up there in that advanced age, sometimes things start getting a little wild, a little crazy. They start doing weird things that don't make sense. How old? She's in her 40s. She's actually older than I am. Yeah, I married an older woman. A lot of people still think that's kind of weird. They're like, "What? You married an older woman?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "That's weird." I'm like, "How is that weird?" It's, younger men marry older women all the time. I mean, it's not like she's like super older than me or anything. But yeah, she's older than I am, which is why her mother is that age. Where am I going? Okay, here we go. Come on, take me out of combat. There we go. The whole time you thought I was 96. No, I'm not that old. I mean, I'm not young. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not young either. I'm no spring chicken. But, yeah, I'm not at retirement age. Oh, I think I did accidentally choose Gamma last time. Okay, so now we're doing competitive. There we go. I think that was also part of the reason why we ended up not working too. Is, well, it was kind of strange because you would think, because in general, women as they get older, well, I mean, even naturally, like you take a 25-year-old woman, pair them with a 25-year-old man, the woman tends to be a little more mature. Not a lot, but a little more mature on average. Okay, I know there are other certain things that kind of go into it, but on average, women just tend to mature faster. That's just how things are. Men tend to kind of stay in that whole I still feel like a teenager kind of phase for a little bit. And so I think that kind of went into the whole idea of what went wrong with us. Is because by the time we got married, I had long let go of that whole I'm a teenager thing. But she still kind of, like, especially at first, she still kind of treated me like I was definitely younger than she was, even though I was at the time making more money than she was. I was better educated than she was. I just had a lot more going for me. But, you know, I don't want to insult anybody or push anything on anyone, but at the time I will say that, oh, how can I put this without sounding like a complete jerk? I don't think I can, so I'm probably just not going to say it. I'll just leave it at that. I'm pretty sure you can figure out what I was trying to say. But yeah, it was kind of weird the way the whole thing happened. Okay, well, I can't put anything else in here. Do I want to go back to the... Yeah, let's go back to Earth. Hey, look, there's... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's Uranus. Okay, I was like, wait a second. There's Saturn. This is Uranus, because Uranus is on its side. And there's Jupiter. Oh, and there's the asteroid belt, too. The asteroid belt's a little close to Jupiter. Where's Mars? Let's go to Mars. No, I don't want to go to the Alpha Quadrant. Stop asking. No, stop. Stop. I went too far. Well, there's Mars on the other side of the asteroid belt. Yeah, and there's Saturn. And Earth. Oh, that's Neptune. There's Earth. No. There is no Slim anymore. Slim is dead. Yeah, there is no more Slim Word. Slim Word is gone. Which is kind of a blessing in disguise. Because it forced me to... the whole thing, that whole situation forced me to change my name and my branding. And interestingly enough, thankfully, it actually is working in my favor. I just since I've changed the name on every one of my social medias, my following has gone up. On YouTube, I've gotten more subs. Because when you see a name like Slimward, you don't really know exactly what that channel or personality or whoever might be about, because it's kind of, I don't want to say generic, but it's so general that you just don't really understand what it could be. But when you see a name like TCG View, that tells you a little more, because everybody, well, not everybody, but people in the space of trading card games, they know what TCG means. And so they're like, oh, okay. And so when they see that, they click it, and sure enough, they see all the trading card game stuff, and there you go. Uncut View. My name is not View. I even have it on my Twitter. My name is on my Twitter. Oh my gosh, look at that ship. That is a weird ship. Look at that. It's got one nacelle. Oh no, wait, hold on. Is that a nacelle also, or is that... Oh, that's weird. I think that's 2 nacelles. But this one's much longer than that one. That's strange. Where's the deflector? Oh, I see now. Okay, so this is the nacelle. Okay, so yeah, they have one nacelle, which is right here. And the deflector is right there, that blue thing. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay. That's kind of weird, though. Yeah, you don't see many ships like that. Oh, look, and here's the steam runner. Wow, they actually have their back part. And I'm kind of marveling at this because I have a character with a steam runner, and they are missing part of the ship. Like this little part right here, the back part, on my steam runner, it's missing. I have no idea why. And it's been like that for like 2 years. It's literally just missing. In fact, here, take a good look at that. See that? This is the steam runner, how it's got this little part here. And then you've got like your saucer section right over here. And then these are your nacelles. And then you've got like an engineering section right here. Okay. So I believe, who has it? I think my little alien, this one. I think it's this one that has it. Yes. Look, here, see. You can kind of see it there already. Let me log into her. Okay, I need to get to my ship. Yes, she's an alien, but she looks human. Some people will do that. They'll actually create an alien character, but they'll make them look exactly human, simply because the alien characters, when you're in the character creator, it just gives you much more leeway. It lets you do more with them. Anyways, there, look, see? Here, let me see if I can get into the light here. Look, see, this is a steam runner also, but I'm missing the back part. It's not there. It's like I'm just a saucer. And it's funny because see these 4 little things right here? This, and this. I know it looks a little, there you go. You can see it better there with space. Yeah, these little 4 things, these are there because I have a console. Which console? I think it's this one right here. Yeah, because this is similar to console, which it's supposed to attach to my nacelles and my little engineering part, but the whole back part isn't there. It hasn't evolved yet. Yeah, I've actually shown this to so many people in the game, and they're like, "Whoa, you're not," because I'll make a joke like, "Oh my god, half my ship is missing." And they're like, "No, just reload." And I'm like, "No, dude, it's been like this for 2 years." And they're like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "You can probably see it too. Come look." And sure enough, they'll cruise up next to me, and they're like, "Wow, you're not kidding." I'm like, and the weird thing is, weird stuff like this happens with my account all the time. No joke, all the time. Like this ship is missing half of the ship. Let me go to another character, and I think I've shown you all this character before. I'm pretty sure you've seen it too. Let me see, where is she? Here we go, Milana Cook. Look, she's missing her legs. You can see it there, but then let me log in, and she's missing her legs. You can't add parts to ships. You can add like consoles and stuff, but you can't add like actual physical parts. You can change the design of your ship, but you can't really tweak it all that much. It's just like they have like specific set designs that you can use, and you have to basically just choose one. But look, see, here's another one. I have no legs. See, she has no legs. And again, she's been like this for years. She has no legs. And again, it's one of those things where I've joked about it. I'm like, I have no legs. And then people are like, oh, you just gotta reload the game. I'm like, no, really, I have no legs. And they'll come and they'll look and they're like, you're not kidding. You don't have legs. She has shoes. She's like, okay, she has legs probably, but they're invisible because you can see the shoes, which just looks weird. But yeah, I guess the texture for some reason just does not like loading. It's just so weird. Here, let me go in the light here. There we go. Yeah, she's just a floating torso. Poor girl. I have no leg, but I can jump. But oh, where's the? Oh yeah, ship stuff. Yeah, here. This is what I was saying. And the thing is, on that ship, I don't really want to change it because it kind of gives it a unique look. Because I think if I change the texturing on it, it might fix it. And I don't really want to fix it. I just kind of want to leave it. It makes it unique in a way. It makes it kind of funny. But here, let me see if I can show you what I was talking about. Is it this guy? Oh, here we go. Customized ships. Let me see. This particular ship. Oh, yeah. I don't think I can customize this one that much. This is actually a really awesome looking ship. It looks very sleek. Let me see. Materials, types. Oh, here we go. Look, templates. See, there's the Paladin and there's the Ranger. So this is the Paladin, and then the Ranger is that. See, those are the two different ones. And this design is more like an homage to the old original series of Star Trek, which looks kind of neat. It really does, but obviously the Paladin looks so much sleeker. And sometimes you can kind of change the pieces a little bit. But not on all ships. Okay, reset. There we go. And then you can also change the materials. Sometimes they can change the look a little bit. Oh yeah, see, there you go. That's a different material. It's lighter. And that's another lighter material. Let me see, upgrade. Oh, and then you get the veteran. Oh, I forgot the veteran skins. Yeah, the veteran skins look kind of neat. Oh, wow, that's really, really white. Oh my god. They don't have a darker one? Oh, that's not bad. That looks okay. It looks a little more industrial there. And I guess the only... Yeah, I actually never really invested any money on the interior of the ship, so they all kind of look the same. Oh, and then you've got the window types and colors. Oh, there's only one type. Okay, can I change the colors, though? Okay, that didn't really do anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's on the underside. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not even seeing a difference. Yeah, sometimes the change is so subtle you can't even really tell. Yeah, I can't tell a difference. But what material was I using? This? No, not the 6. Was it the 5 or? Well, it doesn't matter. I can just undo everything. Oh, and you can also 3D print your ship too. No joke, look, 3D print. And it's kind of weird because there's a couple of options for 3D printing. If you actually have a 3D printer, you can download the file yourself and print it yourself, or you can pay them, I think it's like $150 or something, and they will print it for you. And not only will they print it, but they'll paint it and everything and make it look all nice and pretty. So obviously you're getting, more for your $150. But that's kind of neat. Yeah, that Ranger looks so weird. That antenna up top just looks so goofy. And that deflector is old school. Yeah. Okay, well, we're not going to save any of that, so we'll cancel. But yeah, that's just one of the ships that you can kind of do customization with. I mean, you can do it with almost every ship. Pay the 150? No. No. Because it's basically it's like a model. It's like a toy. You'd stick it on like a shelf and you just leave it there. Some people have bought them. That's why that stuff is still around, but I mean, I just don't I personally just don't see a point to have one. Like for a short time, for a couple of years there, I kind of got into the whole thing of buying like the Funko Pop stuff and that kind of thing. But I've really like my interest in that sort of stuff just really fell off a cliff. I just don't want any of that stuff anymore. Like I still have the Funko Pops and stuff that I have, but I'm probably gonna sell them because I just don't have any use for them. Oh, here you are. Here's Slimward. Is this the? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this one I don't use anymore. I can actually delete him. Where's my other one? Hold on. He should be around here somewhere. There he is. Okay, yeah, the TCG view is the new one that I made. And it's funny because initially I made this one and then like I made this like right before the whole thing with the name change. And then the name change happened, so I was like, oh well, I don't want that name anymore. So I named this one. And then he immediately got banned, or not immediately, it took like 4 hours, but they banned me because of the name he had. Because instead of just saying TCG View, I put in .com. And they didn't like that. So they're like, yeah, just please change the name. I was like, all right. So we changed the name on it. Oh, this reminds me though, I can probably go in here and salvage all of his equipment and then delete him because I'm never going to use this character again. So let me see what he has. Oh, he has some ore. Okay. So he does have some ore, which is good. Yeah, like this stuff I can use. I can just collect it all and then sell it. Okay. Same thing with this. Oh, it's Admiralty stuff. Oh, he leveled. It's funny, he leveled. I'm actually, let me see, can I actually trade this? Or, oh, it's bound to character. I have to keep it. Okay. But if I dismiss these, I should get something for them. Okay. So I got 63 on roster. You still use your 3D. It's not a laser printer. It's just a 3D printer. Yes, I actually still use it. It's actually come in very handy for a number of different projects. Like my most recent thing that I used it for was I was building a NAS, which is basically network attached storage, or a NAS box. And it's basically like, in case you don't know, it's basically like a computer, but you use it strictly for storage. And so I built the computer, and the whole idea of those computers is they're meant to be very power efficient and very quiet because they're supposed to stay on all the time. And so to cool it, I didn't want to have like a bunch of, smaller fans, because the smaller the fan, the more noise it makes. So I got a big 200 millimeter fan that does a good job in cooling it, but is obviously a larger one. And when I went to go fit it onto my case, the holes were incorrect. It didn't have the right fittings. So I was like, oh crap, man, what am I gonna do? And then I was like, idea. I went to Thingiverse, and that's what it's actually called, Thingiverse. And I looked up, and sure enough, somebody had run into the same problem, and they built an adapter bracket. And they put it up there for free. They said, yeah, here you go. If you get, a fan that has the different, hole placement or whatever, you can print this little bracket, and there you go. And sure enough, I did. I went and I printed it, and it works. I was able to mount it. So yeah, I use it for stuff like that all the time now. Just little tiny little projects. I don't use it like every day, but it is still at least, useful. Let's see, what else did I make with it? Oh, I still make my card dividers with it. The card dividers is still a big thing. In fact, I think I've printed wow, maybe 40 or 50 card dividers of various types and various sizes, because I'm always still trying to kind of find the right, the right one that works best. So I've printed a whole bunch of those. Again, I printed the bracket. I printed those little Pokemon things, which I still have them. They're still here. What else did I print? I know I printed something else. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, I've printed quite a bit of stuff. I've done probably about a good 80, 90 projects. Just various things. Again, mostly card dividers. So it has a practical use. Make a Kuriboh. He would actually be kind of hard to print, I think. And even then, I don't actually design the works myself. I have actually downloaded a CAD program, but it's a little elementary, meaning that I'm kind of limited on how I can design stuff. If you want like a real like a good CAD program, those things are really expensive. I'm talking like $1,000 for just a piece of software. I mean, it's a very intricate piece of software, but it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to spend on something that I simply wouldn't use very much. So yeah, it makes no sense for me to spend $1,000 on that, which is why I have the free CAD. But like I said, if you actually have a 3D printer, a Thingiverse, here we go. Yeah, I just go to Thingiverse. And there's other websites out there. There's actually a ton of people who do 3D printing. And some people, like, all they do is make designs. And some of the stuff they make is incredibly useful. Like, some of it is just kind of like art. Like, sometimes they'll make little animals and stuff like that. But other things actually have a very practical use to them, like that adapter that I printed. Super practical. The card dividers, again, very, very practical. Oh, wow, look at this. This guy actually made an attachment for the exact 3D printer that I have. Oh, wow, this guy printed a Pokeball. He had to print it in various pieces, but that's cool. Okay. Oh, wow, this person printed a sink drain filter for their sink. Apparently, they have a sink with an outlet that is not standard, and so they went ahead and they 3D printed a special one just to fit into their sink. That's pretty cool. Okay, see, again, that's a very practical use for it. I could actually look up Kuriboh. Somebody may have designed him. And they have. There actually is. There's somebody here that actually designed him. There's, let me see, how many different... There's not that many. Oh, there's a Kuriboh stencil, but then there are the actual miniatures. They look okay. They're not amazing, but they look okay. Oh, wow, a two-faced coin of Kuriboh. That looks cool. That looks like something I may actually want to print. So yeah, there's a coin here with Kuriboh. But yeah, there's not a ton of Kuriboh stuff. Let me see this thing. Oh, okay. So you could... Oh, okay. It's two, this prints in two pieces. So you get the Kuriboh, and then you get the stand for him. So, oh, okay. That's actually good. It's two separate pieces. So you could actually take the stand off of him. Well, that's kind of neat. Huh. And then you've got this other one that does not have a stand. Oh, that doesn't look very good. Yeah, this Kuriboh looks bad. And then there's another one over here. This one looks okay. It's got a different stand, though. How did that print? Okay. And about how big is that? Oh, I guess I could change the size. But anyways, order a 3D pen. I've seen those. I'm not really crazy about them. They're okay. They're fine. Just not really, like I said, just not really crazy about them. Let's see, Undine. Oh, 8472. Do I even want to spend it on this? Yeah, I just don't think I would do enough with a 3D pen. Because if I were to get something like that, I would want to get a good quality one. I wouldn't want to get a cheap, like, bottom of the barrel kind of device. Like, with the 3D printer that I have, it's definitely not the cheapest one that was out there. You can get a cheap, like, dirt cheap 3D printer for like $80. But I didn't get that one. I wanted one that a lot of people had, that had a ton of reviews, that has a ton of support, and that actually does a very good job, considering how much you pay for it. So this one that I have cost about $200. So it's a good starting point for me, because again, like I said, it's got a lot of support, it's got good quality. The prints are definitely, I mean, they could be better, but again, you know, when you pay $200 for a machine, you know, you get $200 worth of prints. I mean, they have other 3D printers out there that are like thousands of dollars, and those are amazing. But again, I can't, you know, justify spending $3,000 on a machine like that and using it to make card dividers. It just doesn't make sense to do that. Like if I were doing like hardcore like modeling and stuff, you know, for like in CAD programs and that kind of thing, or making like certain specialized pieces for certain types of work or projects, then a machine like that makes sense. But for the stuff that I do, this is perfectly fine. Yeah, and this thing will keep, as long as it keeps working, which I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work or keep working, it'll be fine. I mean, it has, I think, like a 3-year warranty. So it's still well within its warranty period. But even then, another reason why I bought this one is you have to build it yourself. Yeah, when this thing showed up, it was, no joke, in like 50 pieces. And you literally have to build the whole thing. And it took time. It took me a good 2 hours to build it. Because if you're not at least somewhat inclined to actually building something like mechanical, good luck. Because you're going to have a hard time making this thing. So if like a particular piece of it goes out, like if one of the motors goes bad, you can actually just take the motor out and replace it. And the motors are not that expensive. They're only like $5-6. So that's another good thing about it is it, because it comes in all those pieces, you can just take that one piece that fails and just replace it. And again, because it's so popular, the replacement parts are plentiful and cheap. But anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we're gonna put a bunch of bunch of ore over here. Here. There we go. All right, go get your snack since your phone is overheating. Oh, speaking of which, I think I've got some Kit Kat. Yeah, I think I need a break anyway, too. I've been sitting here for like 2.5 hours. I need to get up and walk around. Thanks for hanging out, man. It was fun. Feel free to come back to Discord. We still go to Discord all the time. I'm always there. So is Moni. And so is Hammer's still there. Serenity's still there all the time. Dan is still there. He got sick again. Poor Dan. He got COVID again. He even told us, he's like, dude, this is like my 3rd time getting COVID. I was like, dude, man. He's like, and I've got the shots and everything. He's all vaxxed up, but he keeps getting it. Which, I mean, the vaccine is not supposed to prevent you from getting it. It's supposed to make it less when you do get it. And it kind of makes sense, though, given the type of work that he does. Because he works in an old folks' home. And, of course, you know, when people come in to visit, like, you know, grandparents or something, they may bring it in, and he has to go there and take care of those people, and he's always around them. So, yeah. That's why he keeps getting COVID. Poor guy. Which is, it's kind of weird, though, because I think, if I remember correctly, I think he had said something about when he does get COVID that he obviously has to stay home. He has to, you know, isolate himself. I hope he still gets paid, though, because he got sick because of his work. So I would hope that they still pay him. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go and get up and walk around for a little bit. What time is it? Oh, it's already after midnight. Okay. Well, see you later, Dre. Go and go get a sandwich with honey.